Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Doom 2016. So it's been several weeks since I last played, which is an interesting thing that I usually don't want to do. Because what this will inevitably mean is I've probably forgotten how to play the game pretty much 100% of the time. In the meantime, I did a spring cleaning series of my follow list, and which includes games that might be good enough to put on my wish list, which is important because I ask people to gift me games off my wish list as a way of supporting my channel. E3 has happened in between that also, so I do now know that Doom Eternal is a full-on sequel to this game and not Diablo Immortal, the mobile game that nobody was happy about. I was confusing those two. Not a lot was shown at E3 in general, but one of the things that was shown was that there won't be a traditional multiplayer mode in Doom Eternal, although there probably will be more of a single player experience in Doom Eternal, and there will be some multiplayer content. Here, let's just move the mouse out of the way. You fought your way out of hell and managed to return, but now the demons have staked their claim on Mars. You must find a way to shut down the hell portal Olivia created. So we really only spent one level in the hell dimension, which seems kind of ridiculous. And now we're back out into Mars. The original sequel to Doom was called Hell on Earth. This level has been called Hell on Mars.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way.
Well,
Vega is trying to access Olivia's
didn't he
files.
return?
If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information. That's
So,
all for now.
Also, I did not get this, and I will admit stupidity here. Samuel Hayden, S. Hayden, is, I guess, a bit of a portmanteau of Satan. So, yeah, it's not super surprising that he's a bad guy. Let's just take a moment and see what we can do. We need to do death from above kills to try and get that one rune done. We still have this terrible map, even though we've upgraded quite a lot. There's a collectible up here. We have 3 things to use to upgrade, I guess. Do I not have all the upgrades to this double shotgun? Why can't I upgrade this more? Kill multiple demons with the super shotgun. Apparently to unlock that. I guess we were waiting for 5 to increase our tactical scope gun. It seems like the BFG is not making an appearance in this game, and instead it makes an appearance in a weird way in the sequel, and it's not even really what you would want because he crawls into a gun labeled the BFG instead of having and shoots himself across a region. That's not really what you were expecting. It's kind of questionable, I guess, what you do with a game like this, because you have the sequel, Doom Eternal, coming out that kind of has to finish the story up. If it doesn't finish the story up, then I have no clue how you fix that. And as for Interesting. Like, there's no jumping around here. Like, we do have these double jumps, but it would be rather dangerous to try and go up that direction. And that doesn't feel like that does anything. So, now, from what I vaguely recall, the problem I was having with this game was the level designs felt like they were mostly multiplayer maps, which I think there is frankly a split audience here. There's an audience that really thinks Doom should be revered for its multiplayer content and thinks that is Doom, and then there's the other audience that I think I would be a part of that feels like Doom should be revered for its single player levels. And I guess a big part of that really just comes down to what your nostalgic experience would be. Well, I just fell to my death. So, there's still a lot of loading going on. A lot of Windows updates have happened and things like that too. This is what they want you to do, though. This doesn't feel like Doom. It really doesn't. And yeah, short of a 3-tier jump, I don't think you can get up there. That's weird. See if perhaps there's another way around. And we'll eventually start getting attacked by people, almost certainly. Yeah, that's the way to do it, is to... Maybe there's a way to get all the way to the top up here. Alright, so immediately that's not going to work. There was a radiation suit in Doom in some levels. That's getting added in Doom Eternal. There is a evolution of the thrill kill things that we see here. I'm just gonna fall to my death if I'm not careful. So those elements too are going to be adjusted. So they're really turning it into what you would describe as a tic-tac-toe scenario, where if you need health, you do the thrill kills. If you need ammo, you do the chainsaw kills. And then in Eternal, they're going to be adding a flamethrower that allows you to get armor back, so you're left in this circular way of playing. Boy, this map, with the way the map unlocks, it's weird. You really just don't know what you're going for doing. And apparently I just walked right past where... No? Over here. So I need to jump down, then jump up. With the Windows updates, also they've majorly like changed security files. So like all the firewall is asking, can this game access the internet again? And I'm like, okay, fine. Which actually would probably be appreciated, since I probably disabled any kind of safety features like that for the annoyance of them. But it also now puts up a microphone when my recording software is open, because the recording software is constantly monitoring and sampling the audio, listening to you as a potential security risk if I didn't trust my security software. Talking a lot off topic right now, though. Certainly, we're playing this on easy, so there's a little bit of that. Here's a switch that I click the right stick to activate, and then also had to move the left stick to interact with. The question is, what did that just open? It opened. Oh, sweet, really? Oh man. Up, and there's actual thunder in the background. Some of this is just garbage. Like, some of this really is just straight up bad level design. So it opens this door, which does open a secret passage. Like, there should be some kind of recovery idea or option happening to this, where you can't just fall off the edge. So I assume these might be the switches for everything going forward. So yeah, we're back into one of these secret sections where we've unlocked a classic Doom 2 map, and I don't know if there's any other secrets or any enemies that want to appear here. This health, for instance, not likely to be something that you would collect. That is very off-putting to have it look that way. It would have been nicer, frankly, if they had just had a floppy disk somewhere, like antique floppy disk floating. Alright, I want to try and warm up some more with this gun. This is such a weird level design. When I think about like the Borderlands level design instead, where you're pretty much constantly on the ground, and you very rarely are in a scenario where you fall to your death. This is just odd. It's just an odd way to make a flat 2D platforming game where you're going to have to do a lot of, well, spend a lot of effort to fight enemies that are going to try and shoot you or kill you in some other way. And that felt extremely lucky. So I see demons over there, but can I do anything with that demon movement? Am I supposed to try and make a long jump all the way to this rune? being the fact that I've already walked away from this game once, it's kind of easy to walk away from it a second time once it's finished. Like, once I've finished the story, I feel very little need right now to try and get the entirety of collectibles or anything like that. Like, it seems rather unnecessary. And my only hope is that what we'll run into is this section will change how the game starts playing, and we'll be back into more of a facility. Did I collect everything around this area? It's still a nightmare to try and look at. And we've got this new Praetor upgrade. Upon activating a power-up, healing will work. I guess that's what we're unlocking. And so we're trying to get the length of power-ups to work longer. What is our goals right now anyways? Kill a Revenant while in mid-air. Don't remember what a Revenant is. Kill 5 demons using the chainsaw. And acquire 3 data logs. One of those would be easy. So I have to come all the way back to all this information just to remember what a Revenant looks like. Alright. So, figure out a way to kill one of those while in midair. It's checkpointing me quite a lot. Let's see. I suppose it is slightly questionable at what point should I have, should the world have turned into this overrun by demons concept. Should it have been at the beginning of the game? Because it kind of was at the beginning of the game. Or should we have walked around and maybe gotten to know some more people? Here we have calm under pressure. Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read the rest of that. Hopefully that showed all the text. Let's see. I kind of don't believe I'm going to get any other gun. And I've kind of forgotten all of the balance of any of these guns. And this is like the machine gun. Yeah. And this feels like I just did a incredibly small level. But I guess that's not gonna work. Airlock sealed. So, systems are offline. Error 3. Am I supposed to figure out how to turn the systems back on, or is there something more to this?
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
So I guess that's what we're doing.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
This is starting to sound like a video game. And I could have seen definitely how you would have been able to transfer yourself from one location to another without them having to make entire open world levels. So they used this airlock as an excuse to make sure you didn't move too fast. Alright. Alright. So does that count as in the air? Or am I supposed to do it when it's in the air? About to die. So I have to get back to remembering how this thing works. So yeah, I'm really rusty here. Really rusty. And that was definitely not what I needed to do. And I think there is just a kind of level of awkwardness that exists in the controls and how this game plays. But yeah, clearly the story, I mean, I still gotta blame for the most part the developers of the writers of this game and the developers of this game in the sense that they made the story boring enough that I would I've taken quite a few times, I won't, like half days to just blow off getting back to playing this game. Whereas if I was super excited about it, and this really is probably more of an example of just a game being overly hyped. Like, if I was really super excited with this game, I would have gotten back to it faster. I would have remembered it more. There's nothing under that. I'm still not sure if there isn't a clipping mode of some sort that would let me get through things like this. Otherwise, there's a whole nother like thing here that I'm gonna have to work through. We're still running into confrontations that are abrupt. They start abrupt and then they end really abrupt. And it's just a lot of level design here that doesn't quite add up into anything that feels like a single player level you would expect. Yeah, when I think about this compared to a Dishonored level, which are really open world and you can go several different ways to solve your problem, or if I think about this as extremely linear levels in better games, even the Wolfenstein reboot was pretty linear, but nowhere as empty as this feels. So, I think the only way I can kill this one while it's in the air would be if I shot it like mid-hop. And I'm just doing thrill kill after thrill kill. And we're doing a lot to use the ammo up, but very little to restore it. I need to chainsaw 3 enemies in a row, basically. Is this lights or is that something collectible? More bullets, more ammo. And then we just go back to this. And over here is some kind of power up. They want, I think they want me to go down lower. Like, where's even the marker? Like, I thought I was following a path, but I'm not so sure anymore. Seemed like the indicator was there for a second and then it conveniently disappeared. And this is a wall that you can't get on top of, and this is a wall you can't get on top of. So they're kind of picking and choosing a lot of stuff there. Alright, so that is the way we were supposed to go. And so it feels like there's kind of a significant amount of stuff that we are missing. So maybe we're going to get the security code. I mean, we might as well just follow the story and we'll get, I guess, the security code first and then move on. So shotgun with super shotgun, no. Chain gun with gauze cannon. Seems like all my big weapons.
Those who came before you and those with whom you served all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this guiding principle, working together as a team, that we will elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence.
How many fuels can I hold? I thought it was just 3 on the chainsaw, unless I've gotten some upgrade that I've forgotten about. So I must have been really low on chainsaw fuel too.
Those who came before you and those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind.
And I don't think we're gonna get much of as far as more improvements of anything. Here's a guy with a hard hat on. Some health upgrades. Yeah, but we fought these guys. Which button, by the way, is the grenade button? I haven't been using that. So maybe there's something now to this. How about yeah, that's fine. I don't have enough fuel for that, so I think the idea here is to just keep having this guy take our trouble. In a weird way, you really cannot play this game the way you'd like it to be played. Alright. So, I guess we'll go back to the heavy assault rifle. Yeah, you are put in this position that pretty much means you have to pause now if you want to read Samuel Hayden. And apparently we have a upgraded bit on Pinky, or maybe Pinky is new. Maybe we fought this guy in that level we unlocked. Yeah, that might have been what happened. Is that we ran into a Pinky character in the level we unlocked before we even ran into it in the main game. We're getting creepy sounds all over the place. We're gonna begin some playback. I guess slightly creepy sounds as I'm knocking the stuff out around myself. Yeah, let's just look at this. There's an underground section all over here. Connections all over here. Seriously, just flatten this world. Get rid of the verticality. Make it make more sense as a game. I really just feel like id does not know how to make games. And you could arguably say the same is true for Bethesda, who owns id now. Maybe all their talent just left the building a long time ago. And if that was the case, that would explain things like Fallout 76.
You've taken your key card. You will need to find it. The tram station will not be accessible without proper clearance.
I'm at full health, so I can't use that. Why are we running into so many airlocks? And you know what? How about super shotgun? I don't have any alternate fire for the super shotgun, but we can still do our best. Where's the rest of these guys? So we have some quad damage. I could have used that a while ago. Let's go ahead and shoot ourselves up this way so that we can do some quad damage on this guy. I may be missing some things. Seems like I kind of just default down to my regular shotgun now. Whenever I run out of bullets, like, it does seem like it just throws me back to the shotgun instead of the handgun, which I think might be more evidence that the handgun is a completely useless weapon. This is a ammo thing. Oh, and it tells you how much ammo you pick up in the lower right hand corner. I never caught that before. Alright, so we're here. Got a Praetor token. It wants us to go where? Like, I don't even know. Let's see, what is the zoom out button? There, it's the left trigger. I guess eventually we go that direction. And so Am I going up that way? I don't think so. What happened to the drones, by the way, that upgrade things? I haven't seen one of those in a while. Meanwhile, we have, I guess, maybe enough to upgrade this. So, let's see. Ammunition when fired when zoomed uses exponential heavy damage rounds. Alright, so I need to now focus on just headshots with this. If I can pull that off. As many headshots as possible. Is anybody else? I don't think that's gonna work too well. So if you know you're going into a fight, there we go. I guess going into a fight may not be as big of a deal as I thought, though. Let's get that guy out of the way. My health is not doing great. I don't know what it is about this gameplay loop, but there's definitely something missing here. Like, really missing as far as like what I would want. It seems like you just get in and out of fights way too easily, and you get too close to dying and losing health way too easy. Is this what people loved? Am I just really off the scale here? I know I'm not a master first-person shooter player. I'll fully admit that. But I can do most of them a lot easier than this is. Alright, this guy. Need the super shotgun on. Alright, another weapon upgrade point earned. Another bit of success. Let's see, bits of armor and bullets. Still feels like we're ignoring that lower section completely, though. And clearly I missed at least one rune. Like, there's a rune right there that I didn't get. Don't particularly care to go out of my way to get. Am I even going the right direction? It's so hard to tell.
Unauthorized exploration in into the exclusion zones outside the base is prohibited. Volatile experiments and artifacts
So we've got more monsters,
these areas cannot be guaranteed.
more information about the Mancubus. So pause now if you want to read that, or pause now if you want to read that, or pause now if you want to read that. Our next thing we're trying to get is 3 suit power-ups and 5 other kinds of power-ups. And Argent cells. We still, I guess, want to get those. Imagine if I just rushed through this entire game without getting Argent cells. I'd be in a bad position. Oh.
Breach detected.
What was that? So, should I destroy this now and call more demons? I think you might be better off just doing that. I'd kind of forgotten about these things. Alright. Still out of fuel. These guys have laser guns on them now. It seems relatively easy to just circle strafe these guys. And avoid hurting them. Let's see. This guy's a little too big to be dealing with in the area that I'm in, but I assume that's the intentional experience. And he may be new.
Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base.
So I end that fight at 68 health. I need more bullets. I apparently need to reset a crane to a base to get further in the other area. Meanwhile, while these guys are seriously just gonna get in my way so I can't shoot these guys. Need to find a better angle to shoot them at. What else do we have going on over here? Some more fuel. And what is that? That's a health thing. Where did the upgrade go? Though. That thing flew away. Was I supposed to catch it? Have I ruined my chances of ever getting that upgrade? Or is it just further down the line? Is this hissing sound supposed to mean something to me? Or imply something? Let's see. These guys are requiring quite a lot of headshots. Alright. Doesn't seem like there's... Seems like we've got a weird environmental puzzle here. We can't reset the crane any further, so I guess what we're doing is we're jumping and working our way around. Meanwhile, that's nothing. And this is nothing.
Unauthorized exploration
This is
into
the way we
exclusion
came
zones
in.
outside the base is prohibited. Highly volatile experiments and artifacts are currently...
So this is jump this way, and then I can jump this way to find a secret. What's the secret though? Alright. Interesting, it didn't even punch it this time. So, Gatling mode, improved torque, uranium coating. Weapon can spin a chain guard barrels without firing. Or mobile turret. Hold it and transform that weapon into a mobile turret. It will stall if it overheats. I don't think either one of those would charge for a heavy damage shot. Or use a weapon as charged powerful beam. They'll penetrate targets, move to disable the siege mode. So I could stand in one place and just shoot a bunch of things. This is probably not useful too much as this would be. So I'm gonna take siege mode. Oh, now he punches it. And I've totally even forgotten what the button is to change or use any of these, so that'll be something I'll have to remember. It's like down on the D-pad, no, or up on the D-pad. Yeah, it's up on the D-pad to switch that around if you have both upgrades. We're at 200 armor, 200 health. Our ammo's a little low. That's kind of it. Sounds like there might be some stuff going on the other side of this wall. Although that could have just been audio from the file playing back. Now if I go this way, there's an Argent cell. And if I go this way, there's an armor. So let's see. Okay. That is not the gun I probably want to use right now, but it's something. You know what? I'll just hold on to it. Anyways. More bullets. Max ammo. How can I be at max ammo when I'm at 176? Wouldn't that inherently imply that there's a 200 armor that you could have? I don't think I could get up to the top of that. So 3 regular gauze shots takes out a decent number of the larger enemies. So this really is becoming more of a system of figuring out how big is an enemy and how much damage does he really need to take. go this way. It's just a little bit of fire. And in the end, that's still puts you in the same place. And then over here. But it wants... Where is that? It wants me to work my way a lot higher. So, what's the way up there? I see it's up there. Seems like maybe you can just work your way around here. Well, I got close enough to activate the thing, but not close enough to collect the thing. Is there perhaps another way around this rock? No, so I'm just gonna kind of assume that I have to sideways jump to get to it. Yeah. So, you get up here, you're standing right here, and the idea, I think, is to not overshoot it as much as that, so you can grab the ledge. If it's not that, then it's literally just activate the animation of grabbing it. There we go. Yeah, I don't think you could just be falling as you grab it and that would count. So what do we want? Do we want more health? More ammo? We have pretty much all the guns, so more ammo would make sense. Health in the long run would probably be helpful too. I mean, the truth is all of these are extremely helpful at this point. I'll just go with health. We'll just cycle around. I'll see if there's anything more to this. And I guess that would allow me to make just a straight jump this direction, which is, I guess, where we were going. Alright, throw that. Let's go ahead and start this happening. There we go. Ridiculous amount of bullets. I should change to something else. It does feel like the game has some bit of limitations. It won't intentionally allow 20 people to fall upon you and kill you when you're not. So it does stagger spawning somewhat. Let's try the super shotgun. Although that would have been a perfect time to use the gauze gun also. Hey, let's get some haste. Guys down. I guess the general idea is this might be a ship. It seems pretty small when you look at it. Barely, I would call it an escape pod more than a ship. what else? There's something here to collect. So, what new bit of information do we have now? I guess pause now if you want to read that, or pause now if you want to read that for the cacao demon. And weapon-wise, we got a field drone thing that could be acquired. Meanwhile, I guess we could upgrade siege mode. The beam will now devastate areas, have a devastating area effect around it. Sure, why not? Still need to chainsaw two things and kill Revenant while in the midair, which I think means the player in midair and not the Revenant in midair, because that would be asking too much. And this sure seems like you should be able to jump over the edge here of this invisible wall. So I guess we're still following the path of the pinky that stole the key. Yeah. It's just like a total invisible wall here. Man, you really can't do that. This is not modern game design to have invisible walls so blatantly placed. Yeah. It's really the feeling I keep getting with this game is, more than anything, this is a company that made games decades and decades ago and just don't know how to make a modern game.
Yellow security clearance required.
So we get the key card. What killed this guy, though? That would be an interesting question to know.
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
So clearly they were working together at one point. Both look very unhuman. And I guess there's a doll right above me, so I want to get that first. Where is that? I'm standing here. It seems to imply that there's a whole other section up here. Yes. But yeah, the story of two bad humans caused hell on Earth, and you're in the middle of, you're the prize that they're trying to collect, doesn't tell enough of a story, in my opinion. It's boring and dull, and now we've just gone in circles. We really have. So I could go back, and there's all these lower sections that I might have to deal with later, but at the moment it kind of just wants me to go here. Does seem to imply that there's a collectible up here. But can you really give a Doom guy? How do you crouch down? I swear there was a way to crouch down in this game. Can you really give Doom guy a characterization? Alright, well, even crouching you can't get through that, which that looks like something you could have gotten through. Can you give him any character, or does he have to always be the silent protagonist? I think this is kind of a problem that runs into a lot of old games. BJ Blazkowicz and Wolfenstein, you can kind of see that they are trying really hard with the Wolfenstein Youngbloods to potentially spin off that series without having BJ being the main character, because he is a kind of one-sided, old, stereotypical male ego character. And Doom Guy is the same, and several other Duke Nukem is the same. So either you rewrite these characters and you make them sound more like a reasonable human in 2019, or at least a fleshed out character in 2019, or you leave them completely silent and then you have characters around them. But much like these levels, which are scattershot and mostly empty, the characterization of Sam Hayden and Olivia, which is her last name Pierce? Like, I don't even know. Let's see if we can find out. Olivia Pierce, alright. So here's your three main characters in this game: Olivia Pierce, Sam Hayden, and Vega the computer. And that is that. And as far as UA personnel, there's only 4 more things that are going to be collected, and I don't think any of that is going to unlock any new characters. There's only 1 more database thing to collect, 4 more personnel things, 8 more weapons, and 12 more monsters. On the fact of monsters, though, I don't know if I'm going to really see too many more monsters either. Like, maybe 1 final boss character, but it seems like they're really not going for boss characters. You do have like the unwilling compared to the possessed engineer. Those look extremely similar as characters. They're at the very least in the same pose, which might mean that there's a second tier of other kinds of enemies that we'll run into. That would be a good way for them to expand the game, but I think only by a little bit. You could have 2 second or third tier characters, sure, but that is kind of it. Meanwhile, we've gone for an hour, and I guess we're about halfway through this level. And there's 2 more secrets, and I've missed both of the rune trials, and there's 1 more elite guard so far, and I don't know if I'll be able to do the other challenges. I really don't feel like I'm gonna come back and do any of these things later on. Maybe I would, but I kind of question it. Environmental resistance, for instance, I don't think I really need that. It's power up effectiveness, not super useful either. An ability to switch weapons faster, and all of that. These are kind of extremely unimportant upgrades. Let's see. We've not gotten this rune to do anything more, and since we've turned this, since this slot is for the Dazed and Confused rune, that means the Vacuum 2 that we fully upgraded, we just can't use it. And that we probably are going to only have 2 runes. I feel like the break did not help my feelings of this game. It just feels very, very off. I'm playing it on easy. I should be able to run through this, and I should feel like the gameplay is something I want to do, but it really isn't. It's just like it's do a fight against enemies that's boring, then wander around a enclosed area that's boring, then wander around an open area that's boring, and then fight enemies again that are boring. With every now and then maybe seeing some cutscenes. It's so crazy with the storyline and the context here. This whole hell storyline. It should be amazingly intriguing and interesting. Maybe this is in part because I don't have any nostalgia for Doom 1, because I could never play it without getting motion sick. So there might be something to that. But even for the 30 minutes or so that I did play Doom 1 and did end up getting motion sick, I was having a lot more fun than what I'm seeing here. This just is a game made by people that haven't made games, I think, in a long time, and they forgot the fun part about it. And even in the sequel, I wonder about that. Are they gonna bring the fun, or are they just going to bring the tech and sell id Tech as a great engine, which frankly it doesn't seem like it's that great of an engine. And I don't even have to get back to the fact that the screen is pure black with nothing on it and complain about that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. Let's wrap up here. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. If you click the notification bell, you might get notifications, but you have to pull down the pull down options and say you want all notifications on the notification bell. So it's like 3 different things you have to do on YouTube to maybe get notifications from them. So it's a nightmare, and they change it all the time. So yeah, trying to avoid relying on YouTube, there's a link down below to Patreon where you could support me directly, which would be very much appreciated. Or the reason in part why I took such a long break was because I was curating my wish lists. So if you friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list, that's very, very much helpful and allows me to keep on having games worth covering. Yeah. And we'll just end it there. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.